goodness. They are available, ladies and gentlemen. They are now available on barbershopwindow.com. I already ordered myself. They don't give me free shit. I gotta support myself. If nobody's gonna support me, then at least I got myself. But I ordered myself one. I got myself the black one, bro. And I want you guys to go get it as well, man. I want you guys to show off this SummerSlam weekend coming up and show everybody exactly what it really is. It's Summer Scam. SummerSlam is actually taking place the night before. So please make sure you guys go and get them. They are available in two colors right now. One in a baby blue with black trim, and the one that you see there, the black with the original orange, old school SummerSlam design, when SummerSlam was actually SummerSlam, with a great theme music to go behind it, not this fucking poppy bullshit that you hear nowadays, man. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Get your Summer Scam t-shirts today. Thank you guys so very much. NXT last night, man. It felt like NXT last night wanted to show off some new upcoming talent. Meanwhile, all the while sprinkling some NXT TakeOver storylines throughout the show. But the biggest thing of the show was the status of Aleister Black. Aleister Black last night was scheduled to take on Johnny Gargano in a one-on-one match because of what happened with Ciampa beating Aleister Black because of Johnny Gargano. It would make sense that Johnny Gargano goes one-on-one with Aleister Black, being that Gargano was the one to fuck over Aleister Black. And he even said it himself. The reason why Ciampa is the NXT champion is because of me. And Aleister Black, before delivering a devastating black mass, says, yes, Johnny, the reason why Tommaso Ciampa is the NXT champion is because of you. And it looks like Aleister Black will not be getting another shot at the NXT championship at TakeOver Brooklyn number 4. WWE conveniently shot a storyline last night that they uploaded to YouTube and all social media. WWE filmed Aleister Black in a parking lot angle where he was found unconscious at Full Sail University in the parking lot. What was very interesting about this situation was, if you got, I wish I could show the footage here, but it is on their YouTube channel, it is on their Twitter page, you guys can go find it yourself. What is interesting about this clip that they uploaded, which is about a minute and a half. All it was William Regal being asked why he made a triple threat match. He said it very frankly and very bluntly. Listen, you know, if there's a one-on-one match, the other guy in this third party, in this party of three, would get involved anyway. So I'm going to put all three of them in one match, and they're going to fucking kill each other. That's exactly what he said. The vibe he gave. They want each other, I'm going to put them all in a match, sanction it, boom. Kill each other, have fun. If he didn't, he was under the assumption that it would just end up being the same thing over and over and over again. Everybody getting involved where they don't belong. But the interesting thing about this storyline that they conveniently uploaded yesterday after NXT TV went off the air was Aleister Black laying out. Johnny Gargano was featured at 22 seconds in this video, walking past William Regal with a towel over his shoulder. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Johnny didn't do it. I'm going to sit here and tell you that, yes, Johnny could be a culprit, but I don't think it's in Johnny's DNA to attack Aleister Black in this manner. If Johnny wanted to do something, he's not going to do it and run away like fucking a thief in the night. He's not going to do it. That's not what babyfaces do. So, my first guess is not Johnny Gargano, even though a lot of people could point the finger of blame at Johnny Gargano. Another reason why I don't think it's Johnny Gargano is because when the announcement was made, William Regal actually came out during the main event of Gargano and Black Ciampa interfered, and he caused the disqualification. Or no contest. I don't know what the actual ruling of the match was, but all I know is Ciampa got involved, and he fucked up the entire main event. William Regal, at that point, came out and made it official. We're going to get a triple threat match at TakeOver Brooklyn. Black, Ciampa, Gargano, NXT Championship. I believe Mauro Ranallo stated that for the first time in NXT history, the NXT Championship will be defended in a triple threat match at TakeOver. The interesting thing with Gargano in this match is that when William Regal made the announcement, he smiled. He was the one smiling because Johnny knows that he shouldn't even be getting a championship match. So that's why I don't think it's Johnny Gargano. Johnny should not even be getting a championship match. He's done nothing to deserve a championship match. You can't interfere in a championship match between two other competitors, cause your ex-best friend to win the championship, and then all of a sudden vouch for yourself to get a championship match because you've been embroiled in this feud. You just fucked over Aleister Black in this situation. If anybody was to get a rematch, it's Aleister Black because of you. You get to the back of the line, and I love Johnny Gargano more than anybody here. I want to see Johnny win the championship more than anyone here, but I also know logic. Johnny Gargano is not going to be named the number one contender after what he did to Aleister Black. Aleister Black, by every right, deserves a championship match over Johnny Gargano against Ciampa. The main event should be, and it was actually announced during the show with a graphic, Black versus Ciampa in a rematch for the NXT Championship. It was then William Regal made the announcement that it was going to be a triple threat match because of what Ciampa did in the main event. Johnny smiled, and Johnny was coming off as gracious. He's very lucky and very fortunate to be getting a championship match at TakeOver. So I don't think it's Johnny, just based on the facial reaction that he gave when William Regal announced that match during the main event. And I think Johnny was just planted there in that attack video because people, in WWE, they want you to think that Johnny did it. And Johnny does have a motive to attack Aleister Black. He was black masked. But Johnny also, in a video after last week's show, said, I deserved black mass. So if he's willingly stating that he deserved to be kicked in the face, why would he go and attack Aleister Black for no reason? You gotta pay attention to social media. Triple H stated in these conference calls, NXT has training classes for all their performers to give them the idea and the perception of how important social media is. They use social media more than anybody to the best of its ability. Johnny Gargano didn't do this. WWE also conveniently placed the Undisputed Era in this attack video where Aleister Black was laid out unconscious. And they were sitting in a car, in a convertible, all four of them, and they drove away when William Regal was there at the scene of the crime. Adam Black was audibly heard saying, go, 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 go. I don't think it was Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era, Aleister Black and Adam Cole, Undisputed Era and Aleister Black, period, have some sort of history, but it's not a history, especially lately, that's going to warrant that type of attack. Mustache Mountain and O'Reilly Strong have their thing going on. Adam Cole is too busy with Ricochet. Why would he attack Aleister Black? There's no reason for the Undisputed Era to be involved in this. They were there because they're the biggest heels outside of Ciampa, biggest heels stable, I should say, in NXT. So people are going to think that maybe it's them behind this attack. I don't think it's Undisputed Era or anybody single in Undisputed Era that's going to do that to Aleister Black. There's no reason for it. There's absolutely no reason for it. There's only one man here. There's only one man here, and it's based off his body language and his facial expression. Because he knew he fucked up. Tommaso Ciampa fucked up on Wednesday's show. He came in and interfered in this match for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. Nobody laid a hand on him. Nobody did anything the week prior. Johnny Gargano tried, but he ran into the crowd. So Tommaso Ciampa didn't have any reason. He got what he wanted. He got the championship. But due to his own fault, he made this a triple threat match. So what is the best heel in all of WWE going to do? What is the smartest heel in all of WWE going to do now? He's going to defy management. William Regal made this match. Johnny didn't do it. Undisputed Era didn't do it. Aleister Black didn't fucking knock himself out. The only guy that wasn't seen in yesterday's clip that they uploaded after the show was Tommaso Ciampa. I was expecting him in the distance somewhere waving goodbye. At least we'd see a silhouette or him walking away from the scene of the crime with them filming the back of his head as he walked away. Something. We didn't get anything. Tommaso Ciampa did this to Aleister Black. He took out Aleister Black because it's more difficult for him to retain the title in a triple threat match than it is what was already scheduled, which was him and Aleister Black one-on-one. It was William Regal who added Johnny Gargano to this. And if you really think about it, Aleister Black right now is seething with fucking anger. Aleister Black would strike more fear into Tommaso Ciampa than Johnny Gargano would Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa can beat Johnny Gargano. This has already been proven. He knows this already. He's in the mind of Gargano. He knows he could take care of Johnny Gargano. Aleister Black is a wild card. Tommaso Ciampa may be doubting himself at some points against Aleister Black. That's why he took out Aleister Black. This is just what I'm getting from what I'm watching and just piecing all the everything together that we've seen already. It's not rocket science. You guys have to watch religiously like I do. You got to pay attention to their social media like I do. Everything lined up for this to be Ciampa. If it's Johnny Gargano, I'd absolutely be shocked. I'd be shocked if this was Johnny Gargano behind the attack. He's got no reason. After he stated, I deserved to be kicked in the face by Aleister Black. Why would he go and attack him? Why would Undisputed Era have anything to do with Aleister Black? Maybe it was somebody else that we don't know. Maybe it was Cassius Ohno. I don't fucking know. He's been on a tear lately. Who else could it be? Lars Sullivan? None of these guys have been featured going into TakeOver. Why would they be featured here? It was Tommaso Ciampa. That is the only thing that makes sense. It's a brilliant angle. The injury, the groin injury that Aleister Black had suffered over the past weekend's house show, it's more serious than they thought. He's going to be out 4 months. He's going to miss TakeOver, which sucks. Now, I mentioned this already. Nobody's going to complain about a Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano main event. Nobody's going to sit here and complain about that. You know, these two put on some of the best matches in the entire world in 2018. The only thing I don't like about it is Aleister Black and his role in this was more important than people realized. And the fact that they just put the championship on Tommaso Ciampa, you cannot make him a transitional champion. This is not an Edge-like title reign. You know when he won the championship from John Cena at Elimination Chamber by cashing in the Money in the Bank. This isn't one of those situations. This isn't a theft and a transitional championship phase for Tommaso Ciampa. He's too good. They're going to put the title on someone that good and take it away from him because of a fucking unfortunate injury. You don't do that. You don't do that. WWE has step one lined up here. They created an angle and a storyline based on what happened on the television show with the appropriate characters, and now Aleister Black is out of the main event for TakeOver. That's step one. Step two is booking a finish to this match that not only will keep the title on Ciampa, but also continue this feud into the fall. When Aleister Black returns, then you give us the triple threat match, then you go from there. Aleister Black needs to come back and get his shot. I don't want this to be another Drew McIntyre situation where he's knocked out, unconscious, out of the main event of TakeOver, where he had such an integral part in all of this, and then get called up to Monday Night Raw. And we don't hear from him or see him again in this storyline. This storyline is too big, it's too important, with three guys who play their roles that are needed. You're not going to take one out just for an unfortunate injury and then promote him to Monday Night Raw. Or demote him to Monday Night Raw if you've been watching Monday Night Raw. Now WWE needs to set up how Ciampa retains the championship and how they keep this feud going. I don't know how they do that. But WWE certainly created a brilliant angle last night after NXT went off the air. And it's got everybody talking right now. NXT videos on WWE's YouTube channel don't really do 100,000 views. Within the wee hours of the morning, that is over 150,000 views right now. So people are clearly invested in what is going on with this situation. It may end up working out for WWE. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and complain about a Gargano-Ciampa main event for TakeOver. I'm not, especially for the championship on the line. It's too soon for Johnny to win the title. And you can tell just by watching these shows, it's too soon for him to win the championship. Because if you've been watching the shows, Johnny and his fan reaction, the fans right now, towards Johnny, they are indifferent. They're not like they were in Philadelphia. They were not like they were in New Orleans or Chicago. Johnny Gargano fucked up. And the crowd is making him pay. Tough love. You need to show us that we can trust you now. This is not the Johnny that we love. This Johnny's crazy. This Johnny's unpredictable. This Johnny makes mistakes. Johnny needs to prove to them that, listen, you can trust me. And the crowd was very indifferent during that main event last night. They were cheering for neither man. It was legitimately split down the middle, 50-50. Because people now are siding with Aleister Black because they know he didn't do anything wrong. He was the fucking innocent one in all this. Johnny fucked up. Or, I don't want to take anything away from him because he's been fucking absolutely godlike in his portrayal and performance. That's just how good Ciampa has been. That's just good how Ciampa has been. You know? The fact that this guy came into that match 2 weeks ago, stole the championship, and Johnny's the one who's getting "you deserve it" chance when he's getting fucking black masked in the face. That says a lot about how good of a fucking heel Tommaso Ciampa's been. I love this, man. WWE needed to act quick. Next week's show is going to be very interesting. Next week's NXT is going to be pivotal. Because at that point, WWE, within the week now, from last night to next week, we got one more NXT TV show. And then we got Brooklyn on Saturday night. WWE is going to have to come up with a confirmation of a main event. And maybe a stipulation, if they want to go that route. And they better be planning something major at TakeOver. Tommaso Ciampa cannot lose the championship. It's not the time yet. But I'm glad WWE has at least put this into motion immediately. Now, Mike Johnson, PW Insider, says that Aleister Black could potentially still make TakeOver. It was announced, and clearly with the angle being filmed last night, that's not the case. And he's going to be out 4 months. So we'll see what happens, man. I am very... I am not upset at the situation. If there's anybody in WWE that I trust, it's Triple H's team in NXT. They rarely let anybody down. So they have my faith, and I put my trust in them to come up with something that's going to work here. If not, then obviously I will do like I do on Monday Night Raw, and I will rip them to shreds. And I will give you guys my opinion on it, whether it's good or bad. But this is unfortunate for Aleister Black, man. I feel so bad for Aleister Black that he suffered an unfortunate injury. And, this may end up working out for everybody here. This really may end up working out for everybody. Now, William Regal was alerted of this incident. Like I said, he went to the scene of the crime. Aleister Black wasn't moving. William Regal even updated us today on social media before I actually recorded this video, saying that he knows that Aleister Black went to a local medical facility. He was there undergoing tests. He does not have an injury update on his status, but he will find out some new information, and he will report on Twitter later today about the status of Aleister Black. So, this is really now a whodunit situation, and that's going to keep people intrigued going into Brooklyn. So WWE right now taking care of what they need to take care of, and it's got people invested even more so now outside of what Ciampa and Gargano have been doing for the last couple of months. So if anything, I will let you guys know on Off the Script when I record episode 234 tomorrow morning. The rest of NXT, man, it was a very enjoyable show. I'm going to go over the entire card here and results. The show started off with Nikki Cross versus Amber Nova. Holy shit, man. You guys know I love me some Toni Storm, but Amber Nova comes out, and I really didn't give a shit about what happened in the match. I was just watching. I don't know where she came from. I don't know who she is. But she is fucking beautiful. B, she has abs like Johnny Mundo. And C, she actually moved pretty well in the ring for someone that I've never heard of in my entire life. So this was actually a very good, especially for me, match to kind of witness somebody who I don't know do a decent job. Amber Nova versus Nikki Cross. Amber Nova got some offense on Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross right now is in a, I guess she's in that transitional phase. They're ready to bring her up to the main roster, but she's still kind of lingering down in NXT. It is what it is. Nikki Cross wins here with the swinging neck breaker that she does, that fisherman swinging neck breaker for a 1-2-3. Amber Nova, very impressive in defeat. I'm wondering what's going to happen with her and if she's going to be another female on the long list of females here in NXT. Ricochet was about to come out for a match, and I don't know who he was going up against tonight. He was scheduled for in-ring competition. Ricochet comes out, does his entrance, and where he does that thing where he points to the sky and the smoke is all, covering him up with the lights. All of a sudden, Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era come out and attack Ricochet from behind. Adam Cole gets on the microphone and says he's not a coward. And after I mangle you in Brooklyn, that will still be undisputed. So this match is shaping up to be a show stealer for the entire weekend, just not Saturday night. Adam Cole versus Ricochet may steal the entire show at TakeOver and the entire weekend. I can't wait to see what these two guys do, man. It's going to be fucking awesome for the North American Championship. Cassius Ohno versus Adrian Jaoud. Again, I've never seen him before. I've heard the name, but it's someone, again, who I haven't seen or not too familiar with. This was pretty much a squash match for Cassius Ohno. Jaoud tried to get some offense in on Cassius Ohno. He tried to lift Ohno. He tried to throw a couple of strikes. He hits a side suplex. Ohno recovers, lands a big strike, hits that devastating fucking rolling forearm to Jaoud's head, and that will do it. Cassius Ohno wins here with that rolling elbow. 1, 2, 3. Cassius Ohno may have the best senton splash in WWE, man. I would not want to be on the receiving end of a Cassius Ohno senton splash. The guy is fucking huge, and it looks like it hurts like a motherfucker. That's all I will say, man. The way he did his senton splash to Jaoud last night, my God, man. Fucking devastating. Cassius Ohno wins. It looks like they're setting Cassius Ohno up for something, because if they weren't, he wouldn't be on this type of win streak. So I don't know what they got going on for him. He's been the absolute victim of wrong place at the wrong time. He's been nothing but he's a well-known enhancement talent. He's lost to everybody. But it's nice to see him get some wins. I think he could be a crowd favorite in NXT if they book him correctly from here on out. We're poolside with Velveteen Dream and EC3. Velveteen invited EC3 to what looked to be his home, quote unquote. WWE probably rented this out, or it was some poolside resort or something in Orlando. I could definitely picture Velveteen Dream living in a posh mansion as such last night on NXT. EC3 shows up in a white polo and jeans. And he's got his sunglasses on. Velveteen Dream is laying poolside with socks and a very, very short and tight swim trunk. And he's got his leopard vest on. Or he's got a leopard jacket on. Whatever. EC3 shows up at poolside. to discuss what happened at the Royal Albert Hall, their issues, and EC3 sits next to Velveteen Dream, who then asks if he wants to take a walk. So Dream says, you want to take a walk? Yeah, sure. Dream, I think, drops his glasses, in the most noticeable fucking way possible. It wasn't even by accident. Like, he was taking them off his face, he dropped them. It's like he took his glasses off and threw it at fucking EC3. EC3, being the gentleman, goes to pick it up. Conveniently, the glasses were laying at the tip of the pool. So he goes to bend over, and EC3's looking over his shoulder as he's bending over, and Dream goes to make a motion as if he was going to shove him in the pool. EC3 got up like, no, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Were you about to shove me in the pool? And Velveteen was like, no, I was just joking. Take it easy. You're the 1%er. EC3 says that this upcoming match is bigger than the both of them. It's bigger than life. I don't know about that. Maybe the biggest thing for Velveteen Dream right now. It may be the biggest thing for EC3 right now, but in life? Nah. Dream feels disrespected by EC3 after inviting him into his facilities and drops his shades. EC3 goes to pick them up, like I said. Dream tries to shove him into the pool, and EC3 then picks up Velveteen Dream and pretty much fireman carries him into the pool. And Dream is pretending that he can't swim. He's pretending that he's drowning, and then EC3 yells out, dude, it's 3 feet deep. It ain't that serious. So then they fade to black. So next week, we got Velveteen Dream addressing EC3 in front of the NXT Full Sail crowd. That should be interesting. One final push for their match. Out of all the matches so far, I feel like this and the Women's Championship match really haven't been focused on, so I expect Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, and EC3 and Dream to be featured heavily next week because we've gotten Ricochet and Adam Cole. They've done what they can for that, and that pretty much sells itself. The main event pretty much sells itself. Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate is going one-on-one with Roderick Strong next week, so that's going to be the final push to that. The two big matches at TakeOver pretty much sell themselves. So WWE next week, I am going to be under the assumption here of them focusing on those 3 matches to get the final push for those matches, so everything is about equal at TakeOver. Keith Lee, his NXT WWE debut against Marcel Barthel. Keith Lee, I knew was impressive, man. I did my homework on him before he actually made his NXT debut. The guy is fucking so athletic for a man his size, man. I absolutely love seeing shit like that, man. The fact that this guy was doing leapfrogs and jumping out of the corner. He did a standing drop kick. He moved like a fucking cruiserweight. The guy can fucking move. Now, I'm not familiar with Keith Lee to a point where I'm going to be a Keith Lee fucking historian, but I know the guy's 300 pounds. I know the guy is a ex-football player. And I don't know how winded Keith Lee would get in a 15-20 minute match. Is he capable of going 15 to 20 minutes against a guy like Ricochet, or a guy like Adam Cole, or a guy like Aleister Black, or Dream? Is he going to be able to do that? I'm assuming because he's a fucking football or ex-football player. So I would say yes, the guy's going to be capable of going at least decent distances in the ring. But the fact that the guy is fucking athletic, that he's already got a chant, for his glory and bask in his glory. The NXT universe was chanting, and they filled the arena with a Keith chant. This guy's going to be big. NXT is going to be Keith Lee's within the year. No question. I think his theme music fits him. I think he's got a great look. I think he's got a persona and a character that the fans are going to really get behind. And I think this guy's going to be big in NXT, man. I was saying it last night. This guy, just after this match, they gave Marcel Barthel some offense. They didn't want Keith Lee to look too dominant. But what he did was enough to pretty much solidify that this guy's going to be a big fucking deal in NXT. Whether he makes it to the main roster on SmackDown or Raw and is successful, I don't know. I could definitely see this guy making the main roster and them thinking that this guy is another fucking Apollo Crews. And I don't want that to happen. I don't think the WWE can afford for that to happen anymore. And I don't get it. Everybody has a role here. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has a role. The fact is, guys like Apollo Crews, who made the main roster, the guys like AOP, they are buried. Fucking buried. How are you going to have AOP lose to Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews? One of the Authors of Pain was pinned by Apollo. And I don't want to rant on it again, but that does AOP no favors. They're dead. How do you look at Triple H and the work he's doing to create the future and you kill it? Fucking pisses me off, man. This match was pretty decent. Keith Lee got in some offense here, as did Marcel Barthel. But it was a fireman's carry into a jackhammer. Impressive for the win here for Keith Lee. Covers Barthel 1, 2, 3. And Keith Lee gets a big victory in his debut on NXT. Vanessa Bourne versus Taynara Conti for a Mae Young Classic qualifying match. Obviously, that aired. And we're going to see the Mae Young Classic filmed, or is filming yesterday and today, and we won't be seeing it aired until September 5th. Breaking news today, Renee Young is going to be a part of the Mae Young Classic commentary team with Michael Cole, and she's getting her first commentary duty this Monday on Raw, replacing Jonathan Coachman. I guess anybody's going to be better than Coachman. I'm actually excited to see what she sounds like. I think she's a great personality to begin with, so hopefully that transitions fluidly into the commentary role with Corey Graves and Michael Cole. So we'll see what happens, man. Anybody's better than Coachman right now. Coachman is unbearable. He's insufferable. He's a fucking idiot. You know, he's nothing but a political hack. So we'll see what happens, man. Anybody right now better than Jonathan Coachman. We said Coach didn't sound bad because we were fucking sick of Booker T. And now Coachman is suffering the same thing that Booker T was suffering. Just get him the fuck away. You know? We say these guys are good because they've been gone for so long. It's a refreshing thing to hear. And then when we get them, they sound like fucking garbage. So Renee Young cannot be any worse than Jonathan Coachman. Here, Vanessa Bourne and her beautiful hair lost to Taynara Conti. This match was garbage. Nothing here. I don't really care for either of these women. They are very, very, very green in the ring. Taynara Conti wins here with I guess it was like a judo slam to Taynara Conti. She gets the cover 1, 2, 3. She advances to the Mae Young Classic. She was showing her emotion after the match. And she started crying with the announcement that she would be going to the Mae Young Classic. Kairi Sane versus Aaliyah is announced for next week. Tyler Bate takes on Roderick Strong next week. And Cain Velasquez was in the NXT crowd at Full Sail last night, and he was shown on camera. I know that Cain Velasquez was training at the Performance Center just a couple of weeks ago, and he was there sitting as their honorary guest. It was announced, like I mentioned, Tommaso Ciampa will defend his title against Aleister Black at TakeOver before what happened in the main event. Clearly, the match went a good 6-7 minutes, 8 minutes before Tommaso Ciampa came in, ended in a no contest. Tommaso Ciampa runs down and tosses Gargano out of the ring and goes right on Black. Post-match, Gargano gets back in the ring and starts beating up Ciampa. Black ends up dropping both Ciampa and Gargano, and Gargano hits a cannonball off the apron on Ciampa. Black grabs Gargano, gets him, and pulls him from the outside back into the ring. And they start going at it. Referees come in to restore some order. William Regal comes out, heads to the stage, announces that at TakeOver Brooklyn, it will be Ciampa, Gargano, and Black for the NXT Championship in the main event of TakeOver Brooklyn. And that is when that ended, and then they filmed the angle with Black being knocked unconscious outside of Full Sail University. I gave you guys my thoughts on that in the beginning of this show. It's going to be interesting next week, man. It's going to be some type of announcement about the TakeOver main event, and then we have the final push towards TakeOver Brooklyn number 4, which is looking to be fantastic already, and it's going to be interesting next week with the Go Home show. So that is your NXT review, guys. Thank you so much. If you missed yesterday's video, I did upload an off-the-script extra, which I know YouTube fucking killed. I don't know why. YouTube did not push it to the sub boxes. It did not do anywhere close to what it should be doing. So if you guys missed Off the Script Extra, I talk about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and their potential roles at SummerSlam, or the lack thereof as far as Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. I have reports on when Dean Ambrose could be making his return to WWE, so please go and check that out. Mae Young Classic news as well. Matt Riddle news on his way to NXT, so please go and check that out. It is live on the channel right now. Video will be in the annotation that you see in the top right corner. And please, if you guys want to support the podcast, man, I want to make this one of the best-selling t-shirts that we got. Barbershopwindow.com now selling the Summer Scam t-shirts. They are available for sale right now. Go and get yours today. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so very much, man. I'm getting out of here, and I will see you guys later on today with more Black Ops 4 beta gameplay. 2 more live commentaries for you tonight for your nightly entertainment. And then tomorrow, we got Off the Script, episode 234. Until then, thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tonight for Black Ops, and then tomorrow for Off the Script. I'll talk to you later.